offline, everyone I can see everyone are done. And online, I want to see right on next time practicals and then yes, completed. Right? Okay. Okay, Nana. So let's talk about this SSO is nothing but identity center. So do you remember what is this SSO about? What is the full form? Single sign on. So as the name clearly says, single sign on. So if you log in with, if you sign in one time with the same credentials, you need to log into multiple, multiple services. Okay. So let me take a real-time example now. Okay. Nana, there are two ways to use this identity center. So identity center is a single sign-on service in AWS. What is that? Identity center is a single sign-on service in AWS. I'll write that here. Identity center is a single sign-on service in AWS. How does this work? Let's see that. So we have here one person, an employee. So whose name? Give me one name. Every time I'm taking either that or this guy will not tell his name. He'll tell his co-brother, your friend's name. Okay, so here we'll take Deepika. Okay, let's take a girl name now today. Deepika. Okay, I don't know who is Deepika, but I heard the name Deepika. Okay, so let's take Deepika Nana. So now in the company, listen this carefully. Let's say we are all working in the same company. Deep is also working in my same company. Okay, so now in company, do we have only one root account or do we have multiple root accounts? Agree, Nana? So we might be having multiple root accounts. That can be based on department, based on environment also. It's purely depend upon the requirement. Okay, let's say DevOps department has separate root account. Security department has a separate root account. Support team has a separate root account. Or can we also say like dev environment separate root account, test environment separate root account, production environment separate root account. So we can separate the root accounts and you can give the name any name. It can be an environment, prod, test, dev environments, or it can be different departments. So which one should we take? Departments or environments? You want to take environments? Okay, let's take environments. So now we have DevOps root account. Oh, you said environment, right? Okay, production root account. And then what, Nana? Test root account. And then dev root account. Let's say we have three different root accounts. Okay. Now Deepika has joined the project. So I want to give her access to all these root accounts or not? Yes or no? So the Deepika needs to log into production root account. Deepika also needs to log into test and dev accounts. Yes or no? So based on how many root accounts are there now? 3. So do we have any relation between these 3 root accounts? No, these are individual root accounts. These are 3 individual root accounts. Now I want to give access to Deepika to all these accounts. Generally, what is the scenario? How do we do this? So we need to create an IAM user in each and every account or not? Nana, yes or no? So do we need to create all IAM accounts in all the 3 accounts? Yes. So how many accounts will be there for how many users will be there? 3 IAM users will be there. So Deepika production account, Deepika test account, Deepika dev account. So is it good to create this many IAM users for one person? Not good, no. If you have only one account, that's fine. If you have only one root account, you can create IAM user. If you have multiple root accounts like this, is it recommended to create IAM users in each and every account? That means Deepika need to handle 3 IAM users? Answer is no. So what is the concept that we should use here? Single sign-on. We need to use what concept? Single sign. Now, these 3 are different 3 root accounts, no? So on top of it, I'll have my company root account. Company main root account is there. So if I want to manage all these accounts, if I want to manage multiple root accounts, what is the concept that we should use? Excellent. What is that? Organizations. What is it, Nana? Yes or no? So if I need to manage multiple root accounts, what is the concept that we should use? Organization. So now, can I make all these 3 as, so this is organization. This is my, so my main account, we call it as what account, Nana? Management account. Management account. And all these are all called member account. So can all these, all these accounts can be a part of this organization? Yes. All these things will be part of this organization. You understand what is the concept of organization? Nothing, Nana. Instead of having individual root accounts, let's combine all the root accounts and manage by only one master root account. That is called management account, and that is will be done using organizations concept. Okay, is this clear till here slowly? Okay, now now if you want to manage all 3 different root accounts, definitely we need to have a organizations. Without organizations, is it possible to manage all 3 accounts? Not possible. So now all these 3 accounts will be a part of my main account. Okay, good. Now Deepika came. So now Deepika came and she said, sir, I want to, so basically she want to access all the accounts, dev account, test account, production account. So is it recommended to create IAM users in all the three accounts? No. So we have a concept called here identity center. What is it? This is identity center. So there is a separate service called identity center. So in identity center, what we need to do is I'll be creating the user here. I'll be creating the user here in identity center. So I'll be maintaining all the I'll be maintaining all the users in identity center. And this identity center, identity center has the URL. What is the URL? So identity center will provide one URL. So this once I created a user in identity center, then it will ask. See this identity center and this, they both should be interconnected or not. Otherwise, if you create a user called Deepika, you need to assign to one of the. So now, okay, here can I call each and everything as OU? What is that, Nana? OU meaning organizations units. What is that called? Organizations unit. Each and every individual root accounts. So organization is nothing but it's a category. It's a category. Can we call it as category? Can we categorize as a category here? Yes. What is that category called here? Organization unit. Now I create a user called Deepika. Now I need to give the permissions to which accounts? All accounts. Or if I want Deepika only to have access to the test environment. So I'll create a user called test environment and I'll give permissions only to the test account. Or else if I want to give the permissions to the dev account also. So Deepika has a URL. She opened that URL and then it'll ask, hey, now how many accounts that I have given access to Deepika? 2 accounts. When Deepika opened that URL, it'll ask, you want to log in with the tester and root test account, or you want to log into a dev account. So based on the selection, she can log into it. You understand? And this identity center also has something called policies. So everything will be handled through policies only, no? Yes. Do you all understood how this SSO work? So this is within the AWS. What is this? This is within the AWS. I'm not talking from company to AWS. I'm talking within the AWS. So SSO, what is the SSO concept? What is the SSO service in AWS? Identity Center. So in order to show you this practical, so I need to have minimum how many accounts I need to have? 2 accounts or 3 accounts, 2 accounts. Do we have 2 or 3 root accounts with us? No. But what I did was so guys, by default, organizations is not enabled. Identity center and organizations by default is not enabled. What you need to do, you need to go and enable it first. So I'm writing here, by default, organizations and identity center are not enabled. So by default, organizations, right? By default, organizations and identity centers are not enabled. So we need to go and enable it. What is that? We need to go and enable it. So what I did was, I already enabled the organizations and identity center. So if you go to organizations, if you go to identity center, there will be only one button will show you for you, that is called enable. There will be a button shown called enable. If you click on enable, automatically get enabled. So assume that I have already enabled, and should we log in and show you? Should I show you the organizations and identity center? Let's go for it. So now, guys, now I am in my account. So let's go to organizations first. AWS organizations, click on it. So guys, I have already enabled the organizations. For that reason, I'll get my organizations here. Do you see this here? This is our organizations dashboard. What is this called, Nana? Organization. What is the organizations? To manage multiple root accounts. Organizations is only used to manage multiple root accounts. That's is nothing else. So I went to the organizations here. Organizations contains what? Multiple root accounts. Do you see this here? This is my root account, right? So this is my, what account is this? Management. The one which I have logged in here, this is my management account. So that is my master account. So what we can do is, as a management account, can I invite other AWS accounts to join into my organization? Yes, I can, right? So there are multi-ways to us. Do you see here? Add an AWS account. Do you see here? Add an AWS. So this is another Ria's dev account is there. No, this is another root account that I have already parallelly created. So assume that I already have one account created. So what you need to do, Nana, here? You need to add a AWS account. So click on it, add AWS account. There are 2 options that you will get. One is to create an AWS account or to invite an exist account. So we already have the accounts ready with us, right? So I will not recommend for you to go and create an AWS account. You can create. See how much hangama that you had to create an AWS account. Oh, you need to give all the details, credit card details, debit card details, and OTPs. There are so many options that you get. So if you click on create AWS account, give the name and give the email ID, automatically AWS account will be created. And that account will be a part of this organization. That is one type. And second option is invite and exit. Let's say I have Raj. I want to maintain Raj's account. So can I invite him to my organization? Yes. Right? And here also, based on this here, I have the production root account. I have the test root account. I have the dev root account. Their individual accounts are there. Can I invite all these accounts to join in my organization? Yes, I can, right? So how do I invite? I need to give what? Account ID. How I need to invite? Account ID. Raj has account ID? Yes. And here, production has account ID? Yes. Test root account has account ID? Dev root account have account ID? So I'll take all this account ID and add all these things. I'll put account IDs here. Guys, in my company, I have my main account. This is my main account. I'm inviting all the multiple root accounts. There are 2 ways to do this. Either you create a new account or you invite a AWS account. In your company, there is no accounts at all. Can you create it? Yes. But in my company, I already have a AWS account. So what I need to invite a create a invite. So I'll go in. So in order to invite, what I need to have? I need to have AWS ID, account ID should be have. So should I get account IDs for all from Raj or prod dev test environments? And I'll put the account ID here and then click on send invitation. So once I click on send invitation, they'll receive the email. Nana, how did you sign up to the AWS account? Through email ID only, no? So you have email box for that? Yes. For Raj also, or for production account, test account, dev account also, we'll have a email accounts. So you will receive an email account and you just need to click on, hey, you will get an email saying that, hey, there is an account which is asking you to join the organization. And do you want to join or not? If you click on yes, you will be joined to my organization. So this is how this Ria's dev account got joined here. So I already have a separate account and I just went and added the account here, invited an account, and I went, what I did, I just went and joined to this organization. I joined here. Like this, can we add multiple root accounts here? Yes. I can have multiple root accounts. Is this clear now? How to join to the organization? Is it clear, everyone? And also, do you see this organizations? Does it has any regions here? No. So this is organizations is global. Organizations is global. So should I write it here? Organizations are global. Yes, global. There is a question, sir. How do enable organization? So Nana, I already have my organizations enabled. Otherwise, you will get an option called enable. You just need to click on enable. That's it. Automatically get enabled. Okay. Nana, is this clear till here? Any questions? Is this clear till here? Online, is this clear? Good. Nice. So organizations, how many we can join? You can join many things, but there will be a soft limit. Again, remember, for everything, there will be a soft limit. I told you, which is the service where you can go and find out the soft limits. Did I told you this? Yes or no? Service quotas. So service quotas is a service where you can find out the limits of AWS resources. So hold on. No, let's go one by one. Okay. So in organizations, the only thing, guys, in organizations, the only thing that you can do is add to you understand? You need to have one main account. So the main account is called management account. So you will be the management account and you start adding all the AWS accounts in your company. And then the billing of all these things will be paid by whom? Management account only. So I already invited all prod, dev, test environments. So once they have joined to my account, who will be paying bills for all those things? Me only. That meaning management account. Okay. So now this part is clear, correct? This part is clear. Organizations part is clear. So now we have multiple accounts. Now based on this, how many accounts I have, Nana, here? One is my management account. How many member accounts are there? Only one. Only one are there. So how did I add this account? Simple. I went, how? You tell me, Nana, here. Add an AWS account. Which one? Invite. Here, what I need to put? Account ID of, yes, other account, right? Put it and then send invitation. What will you will get after that? You will receive an email. So click on join organizations. Once you click on join organizations, your account will be joined like this. Okay, ma? Okay. So on the right side, we understood now. So now assume now Deepika joined our company or project. So I want her to log into the dev account. So, but is it recommended to create IAM user in the dev account? Now, what is the service that you should use in this case? Which is the service? What is the service name? Identity Center. Which is the service name? Identity Center. Now, should we go to Identity Center? Yes. Yes. Do you see this here? Yasin is asking, sir, how do we remove the member account from the management account? Remove from organization. Or you also have an option from you can exit from that organization from this account directly. This is also a root account, no? How did I log in as a root account? Similarly, you can log into this root account also, right? There also, from that account also, you can exit from the organization. Okay, so now I'll go to Identity Center. Do you see this here? Identity Center. Now, this is an advanced topic for you. It is not required, but I'm just giving more information for you. And do you know one thing? This organization concept, I haven't teach to any other batch. You are the only first batch. This extra topic. Good. So, in previous batches, what I used to do is organizations to manage multiple root accounts. I have been shown all these things to them. Okay. Okay, good. So now, this is, which service is this? Identity Center. So by default, this Identity Center is enabled or disabled mode? Disabled. What you need to do? Enable. There will be a small button will come. What is that? Small button that is called enable. So click on enable, automatically you will get this page. I haven't done anything. I click on enable, automatically you will get it. Okay. So now I told you, no? Chitty, see here. In Identity Center has what? Should I show you that URL? This is called portal URL. What is this URL called? Portal URL. Access portal URL. What URL? Access portal URL. So this is the same for all the users in this account. Now, now who joined in our project? Deepika joined in our project. So now should I create an IAM user in dev account, or should I create users in Identity Center? In the Identity Center. Nana, I just enable the Identity Center and I have got like this. Do you see on the left side we have user? Should we create users? Similarly, how we have IAM users and groups, similarly here also same thing. Okay, click on users. Click on add user. Okay, what is the username? Deepika. Okay, so now here password. You can send an email to the user for the password to set up the password, or generate a one-time password. You can give the password to her. So should I'll go for the generate one-time password. An email? No, not required. Who is Deepika, by the way? Raise your hand. I see. Okay. So I'll just put some random gmail.com. Otherwise, you will get so many emails. So guys, in real time, you should give a proper email ID, because a verification email will be sent to you, right? So, but here I'm just going with the random. Okay. I'm putting here first name, Deepika, last name, put AWS Deepika, right? Okay, so display name is Deepika AWS. So you give all the details, and then all these are all options, no? So contact methods, if I start putting phone number, that's it. So job related, what type of job, all these are all optional. So basically for identification purpose, you can give all the information. So do you all understood how to create a user in Identity Center? Yes or no? So I went and click on next. Nana, see here, one by one. Click on next. Now it is asking for the groups. You want Deepika to be in any kind of group? If required, create a group. Otherwise, not required, right? So I'm just going group. I don't have any group, and click on next. And then add user. Okay. So where did I create this user? Identity Center. Did I create it in IAM, Nana? No. So now I created an Identity Center, and do you see this is our AWS Access portal URL. Username is Deepika, and password is this nasty password you got. So copy. And remember, this will be shown only for one time only. So we just need to go ahead and then put it separately here. Okay. Username Deepika, one time password is this. Okay. And then click on close. Created. Super. So now I just created Deepika user in identity center. Did I assign to any of the account that she can access? No. That means what we need to do now, we need to assign to the some root account or from organization unit. So here you have AWS accounts. And by the way, remember this identity center, this identity center will be enabled only in one region. This identity center will be enabled only in the one region. So you need to decide, later you cannot change. You need to decide in which region you need to set up this identity center. So I have set up in the Mumbai region. That's why it will be in Mumbai. So if you selected in North Virginia, it will be in North Virginia only. But doesn't matter. So you can create in any region. But if you are commonly, just in your real time, just see which region that you're commonly getting used and you create it in that region. Okay. Okay. Now, do you see this here? Assign users or groups. So in which account that you want to assign? Dev account. I select the dev account, assign users. Okay, select user. So I already selected the user, right? Which do you see this here? It is asking for users or groups. Do we have user or groups? So select the user. So which user that you want to add it to Ria's dev account? Deepika. Select Deepika. Click on next. And then it is asking for permissions. What kind of permissions that she need in that account? So we need to create the permission sets, no? So I'm just canceling it. Do we have any permission sets here? No. Should I cancel it? Cancel it. And on the left side, do you see permission sets? We have the permission sets. Create a permission sets. And then here, you're asking here, do you need predefined permission sets or you want to custom permission set? That meaning inline policy or managed policy. For now, I'm giving what kind of permission? Let's say read-only permissions I'll give. So okay, now I'm creating the permission set. No, you can create. Okay, you can create admin access also. No issues. Depend upon the requirement, you need to select it. Let's say, for example, I'm giving administrator access. I'm creating a permission set. Administrator access. Session duration, you can put 1 hour or maximum 12 hours and click on next. Create it. Guys, see here. This is the one permission sets. Like this, can I create multiple permissions? See, create one more set. I want only to give billing. Guys, I'm not assigning any kind of, I'm just creating as permission sets. See, I have this. Okay, now should we go and create user? Our user is created. What we need to do, we need to assign. So to which account do you want to assign? Dev account. Select it. Like this, you might be having multiple root accounts. At the moment, I have only one root account. So in real time, you might be having multiple like dev, test, prod. Select whichever the accounts that you want to assign. Assign here. Which one, Nana? Users, Deepika. Next. Now you got the permission sets. So which kind of permissions that you want to give? Let's say administrator access. Select it. Next. And then submit it. Configuring in progress. Done. Do you see this now? It's done. So now did I create an IAM user? No. Let's say now, how does she log into the AWS account now? So what are the details? We have these details now. So what she need to open? She need to open this URL. So I will open in a new incognito. I'll put this URL. Username it is asking. What is the username? See the Deepika and click on next. It is asking for the password. Take the password and then put it here. Sign in. And now it is asking to change the password because I know the password already. So Deepika need to change her password. So how should I? So let's modify this only. Huh? Okay, I'll change the password. This. Set new password. Now, to how many accounts that we assign Deepika? Only one account. Do you see? Click on account. Which account is that? Like this, if I have assigned to multiple dev prod, all the accounts will get listed here. And now she want to click on it. She want to log into management console or command line. Choose it. I want to log into management console. See? Signing into the Ria's dev account. That's it. She signed into a member account now. Done. And what kind of access she has now? Admin. So what is this user? This user is called federated user. That's what it is all about, federation. Do you all understand, guys? How I have given permission to the another root account without creating IAM user? Like this, you can have multiple member accounts. Like this, you can have multiple member accounts. You can have multiple member accounts and you create users in identity center. Now, let's say, for example, now I might have another root account, prod account. With the same credentials, Deepika and username and password, can she also log into prod account? Yes. Do I need to create one more user called Deepika? Not required. Deepika is already here. Simply what I need to? I need to assign. Right? I need to assign. So go to AWS accounts and you might be having production account also there. Select that account and then assign user to that for that particular account here. So here you might be having prod, select it and then assign it and give proper permissions. This is called SSO. With single username and password, she can now log into multiple root accounts. Nana, because this multiple, how she is able to log into multiple accounts? Using the concept of roles. Who is the backend of SSO? Roles. Right? So if I go to, this is, she logged in, Deepika has logged into which account? Dev account, no? So I'm just, did I give administrator access? Yes, she can access everything here, see. So if I click on roles, do you see this here? These roles, administrator access, this role is created. Do you see this? This is the role got created. Do not delete, see. So whenever you're giving access to other root accounts, what will be created automatically? Role. So what is role? Temporary access without. Now Ria's dev account, did I created any credentials to Deepika? No, I created an identity center and she can able to now log into the dev root account. How? Using the concept of roles. Roles meaning access without credentials. There is a question. Sir, but why we open incognito for login to Deepika's account? Okay. So if I go with the next account, if I go with the next tab here, I'll be kicked out, right? Only one account will be logged in your browser. Remember, how many accounts you can log in your browser? Only one account. So if you want to log into multiple account, it will kicked out. So that's why I open into the new incognito window. So yeah, for any user, the URL is same. Yes, whichever the users that I have created in Identity Center, for everyone, the URL will be the same. What is that URL called? AWS Access Portal. Okay, next. What if you already have some IAM accounts and later on we can create Identity Center? Can we again create new users? Yes. So Yatin is asking, sir, what if you already have one IAM accounts inside it? Don't use it. Delete it. No. Simple, no? In Ria's dev account, if IAM user is created called Deepika, now do we have any use with that IAM user? No. Otherwise, you need to individually maintain all the root accounts, creating IAM users for each and every account. It's a very cumbersome, right? It's very hard and difficult to manage it. For that reason, you have identity center concept. Okay. How permissions is designated? Do you see? Did we create the permission sets here? Yes. Can we create your own inline policies also here? I create another user here. Sorry. I'll create another user called Manoj. Huh? I'll create Manoj one time and then abc@gmail.com. So here Manoj and then just next. Manoj Kumar. Next. Next. And then add user. Why? What Manoj? What happened? Oh, maybe email MID, right? So duplicate emails, right? So I should not use another Instagram. DF. Wow. Huh? Okay. Next. And then see, we created, right? So now copy and close. Okay. So now what I need to do? You only tell me. I need to assign this Manoj to AWS account. Where I should go? Click on AWS account. So before that, can I create some inline policy to Manoj? I don't want to give administrator access or read-only access. So for that, what you need to do? Permission sets here, create a permission sets and custom and click on next and then inline policy. And then I told you know how to do this inline policy. So go and copy paste that inline policy here. Write it. Okay, let's say here, which one? IAM. I want IAM to list keys, nothing else. This statement is not required. Right? Which resource? All resource. Okay, I just created this, huh? So IAM test policy. So can you create the IAM policies like this, Nana? Yes, go and create it. Just giving an example. Now, AWS accounts. So select. So why you are selecting only dev account? Because I don't have any other accounts. So in real time, it be having multiple AWS accounts here. So select this, assign, go to users, select which one? Manoj. Next, which one? IAM test policy. This is how you distinguish the permissions. Shivakumar is for you. And click on next and then submit. So now when he logged in, he can have access only to what? Only IAM. That to what he can do? Only list keys he can access. That nothing else he can do. Understood, Nana? So like this, centrally you can manage the entire credentials in identity center, and you can manage multiple root accounts using the concept called organizations. So organizations and identity center, it is integrated with each other. Is it clear? Yes. Assigning and giving permissions is done by admin in real. Admin meaning you only. AWS engineer. Yes. Nana, clear? Any questions still? Is it clear online? So this is one of the latest feature. It is, I cannot say latest one. Organizations has been for a while now, but most of the companies are not using the organizations yet. So if you want to manage it nicely, properly, and then without any headache and tensions, go with the identity center. Otherwise, if you want to go for multiple root accounts, and if you are maintaining multiple IAM users in different accounts, you'll go mad. So if you want to maintain the entire account centrally, go with the concept of identity center and organizations. So cool. You can give a test. There is nothing here. It's free only. Okay. Okay. This is one way, Nana. Guys, this is one way. Do you see? Is this clear on this topic, everyone? Nana, offline, everyone, is this clear? Any questions still here? Online, is it clear, please? So this is within AWS, no? Let's take another real-time scenario. This is bloody real-time, guys. Okay, you're understanding, right? This is a very real-time only. Okay, now this is your company and this is AWS. So from company to AWS, how do you connect? Using the concept of from your company to AWS, how do you connect? Huh? Huh? Acha? Everything is network only, no? This is company and this is AWS. I told you this already. You have and you have your AWS. So how do you connect from your company to AWS? Normally, don't talk about all these things. VPN, remember? VPN. So we have the VPN here. Through internet, we'll connect. Okay. So now, in your company, you might be having Active Directory, no? Everyone agree? If you have 100 machines, is it recommended to create individual users in all 100 machines? Local users? No. All the users are centrally created in which directory? Active Directory. Do you remember we discussed this? So every company will have Active Directory or not? Yes. Active Directory, in other words, can we call it as what? Excellent. Domain controller. So that we need to have a domain, right? What is our company name? Boom.com. Boom. Okay. So you might be using Active Directory, Nana. Microsoft Active Directory also you can use, right? And also nowadays, okay, what protocol it is using? LDAP. Remember, it is using LDAP. And also there are multiple ways that you can maintain your credentials, maintain your all users in your company. So nowadays, instead of Active Directory meaning, which is Active Directory is from which company? Microsoft only. So Microsoft, you need to install Active Directory, configure it, you need to do everything a lot. Nowadays, everything is on cloud, right? So this now Active Directory, now it is called Azure Active Directory. What is that? Azure is from which company? Active Directory is also from Microsoft only, no? So instead of maintaining and configuring everything by your hands on your physical machine, Active Directory, now you can use this Active Directory in cloud. And what is the cloud? Azure Active Directory. In AWS also we have Active Directory. What is the service name? In AWS also we have Active Directory. What is the name? We already learned this. Which one? Directory Services. Fantastic. Directory Service. In AWS we call it as Directory Services. In Azure we call it as Azure Active Directory. So now, all the emails, usernames, or passwords are created where? In Azure Active Directory only. Agree? If you are not able to understand, please raise your hands. I'll repeat it. Okay? Online. So all the users are created where, Nana? Here in Active Directory, they'll create. Yes or no? So whenever you join the company, you will get email ID and password, username and password. Where did they'll create? They create in Active Directory here. Okay, now. So with this, now you got a requirement that you need to log into the AWS account. Will the company will create IAM users here in AWS account? Okay, let's say I'll take one more name. Give me one name. This time, boys. Surya. Surya, huh? Okay, we'll take Surya here. So, surya@boom.com. That is the email ID. So, where are all this created? In the Active Directory only. Agree? Okay. Now, if you want to log into the AWS account, that meaning I need to create Surya also here in IAM user. Yes or no? But is it recommended to do like this? No. So what the people are doing is now is They don't create. So if I create IAM user called Surya, now how many credentials that he has? Two. One is his company credentials. Another one is here AWS credentials. Like this, if he has multiple AWS account, that means he may have those many credentials he has. Is it good to handle multiple credentials like this? No. For that reason, in order to solve this issue, SSO came into picture. Correct? The one before that we discussed is within the AWS. Now I am talking about from company to AWS. So where are your original original users are created in Active Directory. So do you create IAM users also in AWS account? No. So where do you create? With this only, you need to connect to the AWS. With surya@boom.com email ID, this username only, you need to connect to the AWS account. So that meaning, guys, your company, your Azure Active Directory and AWS should be, first of all, federated or not. They need to establish the connection between both of them. That is called federation. What is this called? So your company and AWS, they need to do handshake, no? Otherwise, how does the AWS know surya@boom.com? First of all, they need to do the federation. First of all, they need to do what? Federation. To do that, this is not your responsibility. So it is your company responsibility that you need to do the federation. If you have that access also, that is good. But how do you do is so guys, in AWS point of view, do you see? In AWS, go to IAM. In AWS point of view, guys, you need to do the handshake, no, between your company and AWS. So do you see on the left side we have identity provider. So who is identity provider here? Active Directory. This guy is identity provider. Who is this guy? Is identity provider. And AWS is service provider. Who is identity provider? Azure Active Directory is identity provider, and to whom you are connecting with? AWS. This is called service provider. So you need to establish the connection between identity provider and service provider. Getting it? So identity provider is your Azure Active Directory. Service provider, service provider is your AWS. You need to do the federation, correct? Nana, agree? You need to do the federation. This is a little bit advanced concept. Please try to understand, okay? They need to do the federation. Nana, and then to do the federation, it uses one concept called SAML. What is the concept it uses? SAML. So SAML, basically, it's a security, write down, security assertion markup language. Okay. Guys, I'm going very slowly. See here, Nana. So identity, maybe you can draw the diagram also, no issues. Otherwise, you can take the screenshot. So I'll write here. Please write down SAML. SAML is an open federation standard that allows an identity provider. In identity provider, I call it as IDP in shortcut, to authenticate users and pass identity and security information about them to service provider. Service provider, I call it as SP. This info is sent in XML format, document. It does two actions. One is called authentication. We're determining that users are who they claim to be. And then we call it as authorization. Authorization meaning pass user authentication. Pass user authorization to service provider. So it's very important for your real time. Okay, Nana? Is it clear? So basically to do the federation, so which is the standard that we should use? SAML. What is the full form of SAML? Security Assertion Markup Language. So this is a standard that allow identity provider and to authenticate users and then passwords identity to the security and the security information about the same to a service provider. So basically all the authentication will be happening in the Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory is nothing but identity provider. And then you are passing the information to the service provider through SAML. How the documents are sent in which format? XML format. Okay, Nana? I'm sure nowhere you will get all this information. 100%. Okay. Okay. See here, to do this federation, you need to do only two things. You need to do only two things. In AWS point of view, do you see this here? See this one here? On the left side in IAM, we have identity provider, no? So what you need to add? Provider. This is where we are. We are in AWS. We are adding provider. Provider meaning whom here? Who is a provider? I'm not asking service provider. We are in AWS now. We are adding the provider. Who is provider? Identity provider. Who is our identity provider? Azure AD, Active Directory, right? It can be Active Directory. It can be OAuth. It can be Okta. There are so many things are there. Okay. So now add provider. We are not adding anything. Do you see this here? SAML. Your Azure Active Directory, what you need to do in Azure Active Directory, they will give one document. In Azure Active Directory, they will give one document. You take that document, you upload it here, and then add provider. And this AWS will give you one document. You take this document and upload it in the Azure Active Directory. Opposite. Azure Active Directory will give one document. AWS will give one document. You give AWS document to Azure Active Directory and you give Azure Active Directory to the AWS. And they upload each other and then federation will start. And then where do you create? And whatever the users that you created here in Azure Active Directory, everyone will able to log into the AWS. This is how SSO work in your real time. Clear enough, everyone? Any questions here? And all this concept will work on which concept? A roles concept, right? IAM role will take a lot of very important thing here. Okay. Is it clear? So I just wanted to give you one more extra topic on this IAM. That's the reason why I took I understand this is a little bit Not tricky, but everyone understood, no? Right? So you should have at least this knowledge. At least this one. What is it? This is easy, no? The first one is easy, no? This is super easy. Can you do it by yourself? Huh? The only thing what you need to do is you need to create one more root account. So one more root account you should have. Okay. So one more root account you should have. So, okay. Here. What is the prerequisite? Na? So get one more. So totally how many root accounts you should have? You should have minimum 2 root accounts. Number one is which account is that? Yes, one is management account. Number two is member account. Once you get this, enable organizations and identity center. Enable this. After that, go to organizations and add AWS account. Create a invite. Invite. Once you invite, go to identity center, create user. Okay. So before creating erasers, create a permission set. Very good. Create a permission set. Next, go to identity center, create user and assign permission set. After that, take the AWS Access portal URL, access and log in with the user that you have created. Before that, we need to do one thing, no? What we need to do? Assign user to the organization units. Yes or no? We need to assign, no? Yes. After that, access the portal, log into the user that you have created. And then that's it. Access the AWS account. Possible, no? Guys, so I'm not saying it is mandatory to do this, but it will be really maza aega. Right? But the only thing is you need to have a 2 root accounts. Okay, no? You don't get any bill for this, but once you use it, and if you're not using the account also, you don't get any bill. But guys, I'm saying again, if you are not interested in doing this, having one more root account, don't do it. Otherwise, I would recommend do it. No issues. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Take the screenshots. And take this one also. So here, so can you have multiple? Hold on. Can you have multiple root accounts? Yes. Super. Good. Any questions? Okay. Take it. So guys, if you have this kind of knowledge, it will be really good. You can easily compete with 5 years of experience guy with this knowledge. Okay. So there is no task as such, but if at all you want to have a task, I already written the steps for you here. You can use these steps and then do this organizations and identity center task. Okay. Super. So we still have 15 minutes, and from tomorrow we'll be entering into the another next service. Which one would you think? The BAP of AWS, EC2. So EC2 is the backbone of AWS. And from tomorrow, we'll be doing very, very deep dive on EC2. And then first few days, we'll go in learning the theory part, where I'll be covering a lot of logics, theory, interview questions, certifications, everything. Once we have learned on top of it, and then we'll do the practicals. And I'm telling you, EC2 will take a little bit longer time, because we need to do in and out on EC2. If you don't know EC2, you will not be called as AWS engineer. So EC2 is must, in and out should be there. So we'll be learning. Don't worry, just leave it on me. What you need to do is just concentrate. I'll be injecting all in your brains. That's how I'm doing now. Okay. Good. Can you give the final CC for today? 15 minutes early. CC with smile, please. Okay. So I'll upload the material. Yes, we'll do it. Okay, so that is all, guys, for today, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next important service. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow.